it were. Class, as it were.
Class. You know, when I first started the Rise and Grind, especially these podcasts, my goal was always to reach the people who grew up like me, the people who didn't have any idea, the people who probably gave up. I always felt that I was lucky, blessed, you know what I mean, to understand bigger patterns as I was coming out of Compton, to see bigger pictures, to be able to decipher things, to understand things that other people didn't understand. And as a result of all these podcasts, you always hear me jump on one class in particular, primarily the middle class. And I always have to preface that by telling you the way you grew up and where you grew up, you have no, choice in that. Just like I don't have any choice. I'm born into Compton, I'm born into Watts, I'm born into these areas. This is my life. So when I talk about middle class, I don't want you to take it personal, because I'm not attacking you for the way you grew up or that your parents provided for you. That's not really what I'm going after. What I'm going after primarily when I talk about class, and especially the middle class, is for those who don't know, it looks like you know. So when a man who does not have any money and sees a guy driving a new, Dodge Challenger, he thinks, wow, he really balling. But the Dodge Challenger only costs $20,000 or something. So it's relative to where you're coming from. The biggest thing that I jump on with the middle class is they know better. And this is where we get into the shit that I think always semi-crosses the line on these podcasts for most cats, is that most middle class people that I bump into, they don't have a good life. They're heavily in debt, right? They really feel kind of cheated. They feel like they're pigeonholed. They don't always have the entrepreneurial spirit. They're not hustlers on the majority, not just, some people do. But the majority of people aren't hustlers. They haven't been taught how to run a business, right? But yet, as you walk around town, as you interact with people, they talk like I'm the shit. Now, I'm gonna give you something special. When I started these podcasts, and I talked to my mother about a lot of these podcasts, and she said, do me a favor, don't talk about the middle class people. They really don't know what's going on. They don't mean anybody any harm. They really just don't know. She said, I know you want to jump on them because to you, they should know better. They went to school. They are in business. They're part of the business. They know how to dress. They know how to do all these things. Like, they've been schooled to understand. And I said, yeah, but they don't, she was like, they don't understand. So this is why I jump on the middle class. When I was growing up as a kid, there's a neighborhood next to me called Carson, right? Carson's kind of like, I want to say middle class for LA, right? For us, it was middle class. So when we saw Carson, I said, damn, man, they got a house, and mom and pop in the house, and Carson, safe neighborhood and all this shit, right? So coming from Compton, we always thought Carson, they must be doing good. So when you grow up, you think that these dudes got money, right? They got better clothes than us, better this and better than that. So when I got to high school, this is the beginning of it. When I got to high school, see, most of the time I went to school in Compton with everybody else. When I got to high school, I went to another high school. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see other worlds besides Compton. And what I saw was a whole bunch of dudes who had more money than me, had a lot more shit than me. It didn't bother me. Like, some people come from nothing and they kind of see, oh, they got more money than me, and it make me feel bad. I'm a hustler, homie. So I knew if I wanted to, I can out hustle them, which I proceeded to do. You understand what I mean? Which I can stack money for myself. So when I got there, I just realized, okay, these dudes, and excuse my use of words, are kind of Gumby. You understand what I mean? Kind of like when you see dudes who live in the suburbs and you like, this is how hip hop clothing. I don't even know what the fuck hip hop clothing is. That must be somebody who sold you that shit. We don't have hip hop clothing. I wore Chucks because Chucks were cheap. We wore Dickies because Dickies was cheap. We had white t-shirts because white t-shirts are cheap. It wasn't because we were trying to gangbang or trying to have hip hop clothes or, you know what I'm saying? This shit was weird. So that was the formation of my shit, of my understanding of the middle class. When I got to college, of course, I started running into dudes who were part of fraternities and all this other shit. And you know what I'm saying? And they felt like they were doing something because they were part of these groups. And you know, as you notice, when you get to college, most middle class people go into these little cliques. They start forming, most of them are sorority and fraternity, but they start forming other fucking cliques of whatever the fuck they want to call it, right? So, as a poor kid, you know, I already came up to college with my own money, my own shit. So it kind of looked like, you know, young Freeman had family backing, but it was really, you know, Freeman had his own back. I had my own shit, right? So when I got there, I'm sitting around other cats, and you know, I know how to dress better than them. I know how to put my shit together better than them, right? I got a little bit of what you cats may call swag to it. I don't really have that shit. I'm just, you know, when a man does not follow what the rest of them do, but he still looks nice or still is productive, then motherfuckers call it weird names. Swag, hustle, angle, chips, all kind of shit, right? You just call it shit. So when I got there, I realized that, you know what I'm saying, these dudes, again, you know, they not really prepared for the world. They out here just going to school. Like, they just following this script. Now, after college, right, dudes I knew went and got jobs. You know, they started what I like to call continuing that fraternity sorority shit to another level. And now they, you know, they parties and all kind of shit, and people just kind of, if you ever been with a lot of middle class people, it's like they continue in college for as long as they fucking can. I'm still with my fraternity brother, we're still with my sorority sisters, we still forming these cliques, we still doing this, we having appreciation dinners, and then motherfuckers seem to have babies at the same time. It's just a weird fucking like script that they've been following. Right? But at this time, when they start to become parents, this is the key point. This is when they start casting judgment on other motherfuckers. Right? This is when I'm sitting amongst people and I realize, damn, man, you know, motherfuckers telling you, you know, I have ghetto friends, and I'm sitting there like being quiet, like, you know, what the fuck is ghetto? One time, one of my boys who's probably middle class, we went out to a certain thing, and I said, you know, I don't fuck with these people, homie, because I don't have no time for this shit. You know, I'm gonna get mad and I'm gonna say something to them, and you know what I mean? Man, what you talking about? So we went to this place, chilling. People, you know, chilling with some of his friends, and girl came out and said, yeah, you know, sometimes I hang out with my ghetto friends. So my boy challenged him, like, what the fuck is a ghetto friend? You know, people who didn't grow up with a lot of money, and you know, blah, blah, blah. And he looking at me in my face, and I'm keeping stone face because I told him, I said, this is why I don't fuck with motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to chastise a motherfucker. But you pick that up over years, homie, and picking up all this shit, and you start to realize that the future that is being told to us as young poor people, even as anybody who hustling or just not in the fray, these motherfuckers don't know. But they're being held up like they know. They're talking down to you like they know. Right? But they don't know. How many businesses you think come out of this fucking middle class, homie? Tell the truth. Think about it for a second. See, in their life, they're waiting for the right business to come up. But a hustler coming from the bottom, we do any business that come up. Where do you think FUBU and these things come from? Carl Kanai. Where do you think all of your record labels come from? Where did all of your so-called production in Black history comes from? But these poor people. And yet, somehow, during the transformation and the science and the magic of bullshit, you have been told that these motherfuckers know. You have been told that your professor knows, and he ain't built shit. You hear motherfuckers put doctor in front of their fucking name, and they ain't done shit. You see motherfuckers give you books where they can't even tell you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 on how to build shit, how to start your own. They can't tell you because they don't know. Right? This is why on the Rise and Grind you hear me say information, not inspiration. Because I grew up listening to these motherfuckers, thinking that I'm gonna work with them and they're gonna do some kind of training program or something, and then I'm gonna learn how to make money because they make money. These motherfuckers don't know. And it comes from the way they were raised. They never scrapped, they never hustled, they never built, they never did shit. Right? But someone told you that's the way life's supposed to be. Motherfuckers have $500,000 in debt walking around the streets like they got a job. This is some old black shit I want you to realize, because it comes from old black people. You know, when we didn't have much, the brother that became the doctor, he was high in the neighborhood, right? You know, Brother Johnson is a doctor. Sister so-and-so is the head of the school district. Brother so-and-so is over here, right? In other words, they had high positions. And this is education. This is a middle class pursuit, high education, right? So when they talk, when dumb people, let me give it to you straight because I don't want to sugarcoat this shit. People listen to me because they know I'm a lawyer. It don't mean I know shit, but they respect the word lawyer. Right? So when Daniel Freeman, the lawyer, starts talking, oh shit, hold on, this motherfucker went to law school. Right? Motherfucker be asking me questions like out the blue, like, hey, you're a lawyer, right? What's a good pair of socks? I don't know, motherfucker. Ask the motherfucker that makes socks. Do some research. See, but when you don't know, when you come from the bottom, when you come from Compton, when you come from places similar to this with poverty, you start thinking that motherfucker know everything. He know how to dress, he know how to talk, he know how to walk, he know how to do it, he know how to do this, he know how to make money, I'm gonna learn from him, I'm gonna be quiet, I'm gonna take the white man's bullshit because take the high road. They give you all kind of shit. So when you come up like me, you realize that these motherfuckers don't know. And the aggression that I got, you know what I'm saying, is what pushes the race forward. The bottle going through the window, motherfucker, pushes the race forward. The tearing down of the neighborhood pushes the race forward. Not this marching shit. Not this other shit. There's plenty of black people who died for your right to vote. Well, all I got to choose is two devils. Why the fuck would I vote for two devils? Well, you're gonna lose your right. What the fuck? Then we got to blow this motherfucker up again. God damn it. Right? I got the right to choose who I vote for. You ain't gonna put that black guilt shit, motherfucker. Motherfuckers, Jesus died for me too. I don't give a fuck about him. Oh, dumb motherfuckers. But the thing is, I want you to know that this is where it comes from. Some of y'all wonder why y'all so retarded to the game. Why the shit don't match, do it. When you walk down the street, you come into a business, you know the motherfucker trying to take advantage of you. You know he paying you 10 cents on a dollar. And then somebody write a book about how to exist with white America. How to make them feel good. How to learn how to play golf. All this weak shit. Because they avoid confrontation. They avoid dominance. They avoid talking about taking it on. When you hear me, you hear the opposite, right? But that's because Freeman, you grew up in the street. And Freeman, you ate government cheese. And Freeman, you from Compton. And y'all gangbanging. And you grew up with violence. And that's why you only way you know is violence. They make it look like violence is something that is a bad thing to have. All wars are violence, homie. All of them. Right? You think they sending those sugar-coated motherfuckers to fight? I want you to remember this when you hear shit. This is a podcast for me explaining it to other people. I don't have any problem with the way you grew up, brother. I don't want you to come up to me and say, Freeman, you hate middle class people. No, I just don't believe the illusion. When you meet me, I don't believe the illusion. When you start talking about shit that you accomplish, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I went to school for, I'm the first person, the third. My family been going to school, college since 1902. So has my family, motherfucker, but we still hustling. Well, my father is the district court judge. I don't give a fuck. I went to law school. I know that motherfucker ain't shit. All the illusion of who the fuck you are, I happen to go through it in life. Not all my people come from the bottom half. Not all of them see what I see. I'm here to translate, give the game back so you know as you walk through. When that motherfucker talk about all this dumb shit, the question is, what have you built? Is your family okay? When your bitch ass lose your job, homie, is everybody gonna lose their house? Do you know how to sacrifice? Why is it that you won't go buy the $65,000 house and tell your wife, we can own this shit? Instead of going to the $400,000 house and telling your wife, I hope I don't lose my fucking job. You gotta understand the mentality of these motherfuckers who think they made it. But it's not their fault. Guess what has been taught to them? Go to school, get a good grade. You need to learn how to be more well-rounded. You need to learn how to play the piano, the flute, the kazoo, the recorder. You need to learn how to charm people. You need to know how to dress. When most motherfuckers come back to the hood, homie, you know what they teach young black boys? How to tie a fucking tie. Like that shit is that goddamn important. Motherfuckers are starving. Motherfuckers can't eat. Motherfuckers can't read. Motherfuckers don't have enough money to buy clothes. And you think the shit you should teach them is how to tie a fucking tie? And I know I'm hurting a lot of motherfuckers' feelings. That tie, that whole ideology behind that shit is fucking slavery 101. How to present yourself in order for another motherfucker to take a chance on you, you goddamn hooker. I want you to know this shit. See, I don't speak out about this shit because I'm trying to keep the peace per my mother's instructions. Right? To me, I'm an obedient son per her instructions. Can you chill on that shit? Don't come at them. They don't know better. They saying some shit. When you see all these black firsts that you see in this month, Black History Month, you know, that's why I kind of make a mockery of it. Not just make a mockery of black people, but, you know, he's the first person to get a Nobel Peace Prize. Fuck they recognition. He the first person to get an Oscar. He the first. How can you build a race of kings and queens based off what a motherfucker was allowed, the first black motherfucker was allowed to be? See, I'm not blaming the whole middle class. Again, remember back in history when they were actually very important because we were that poor that the first black doctor was a symbol of hope, similar to Obama right now. I want you to understand this shit. Because they don't know. And they know they don't know. And when they meet cats like me, it's only two reactions they can have. Either they understand that I'm not trying to shit on them, or the motherfucker want to try to shit on me. When I go to the places to hang out, homie, I'm going to tell you the difference. I'm going to tell you something that y'all need to know. I might go out and chill, you know, some lounge or something. And every once in a while, I have problems with some dudes I don't know, right? The dude is dressed to the nines. You understand what I'm saying? He got his shoes, he got his bow tie, he got his colorful shit. He look like a goddamn J. Crew model as far as I'm fucking concerned, right? Now me, I come in chilling, homie. I come in, I got on some beige pants, maybe a red shirt, maybe a blue jacket. You understand what I mean? And some black click-clacks. Click-clacks means shiny shoes. So I come in there, I'm chilling. You know, I'm low-key. Come in there. Of course, I'm talking to the ladies. I can hold court with 6 or 7 of them. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to push up on them. I'm just chilling. You know, when a motherfucker come to chill, I come to chill. So I always have a dude come back at me. So why is that? Because I'm going to tell you where this shit comes from. He know I should be better than that motherfucker. He don't got on the right shoes. Can't the girl see that motherfucker got on some black Docker shoes? I just wear, I'm not dressing up for nobody. I'm coming to chill. You know, can't you see that motherfucker got on regular old beige pants? Can't you see that motherfucker got that shirt from the outlet store? Can't you see that his jacket is just like regular? Me, I got on fucking brands and titles and shit. Can't they see? So when the women sit down with me, because I'm chilling, this motherfucker feels that he should be better than me. And every once in a while, I don't have fights with motherfuckers no more. I have a talk with a dude, let him know where I'm from, what's really going down. And I try to understand, hey homie, you know, did I cause you a problem? Let me know, homie, because I don't come in here stepping on people's toes. Of course he don't want to answer that because that's admitting he a bitch and he got a real problem. But we chill. This is what poor people go through all the time. Right? Because you feel that they know. I'm here to destroy the myth. Middle class people don't know. If they knew, they would build it. And these motherfuckers haven't built it. If me and you were running the business and it was a cat like me and a cat that's a middle class who came from school and you heard my story and you heard that cat's story, you know what you would hire me for? The dude who goes and makes the company better. You know what you would hire him for? The dude who manages the motherfuckers there. That's all they are. All these cats are coming out to be managers. They don't even know that that's their life angle, their journey in life. It's not to be on top, but to maintain somebody else's shit so you can have a house and tell other motherfuckers that I paid $500,000 for my shit, $1.2 million for my shit. So you can come in here and have new floors and your kids can go to the best school. They don't even know that that's what they in. So I want you to know something. I'm never jumping on. I love black people. You understand what I'm saying? I humble myself amongst other black people so I don't have these beefs. I talk to them. I try to understand. I don't say these shit to them because I don't want it to be, you know, Freeman don't like middle class people. I just don't believe you. You know, and when you come along and say that I went to college, so what, motherfucker? So did I. You know, I was the first one to start a business. So what, motherfucker? So have I. I went to law school. So what, motherfucker? So have I. You know, I shook hands with Hillary Clinton. Fuck that bitch. I don't care who the fuck. What the fuck? Did she give you vitamin C by touching the bitch? Did you get some money or some kind of angle or some kind of hookup because you know these people? Or are you just networking for the sake of saying you in and around these motherfucking name-dropping assholes? This is the game they in. So I don't want you to ever think I'm mad at the middle class. Like I said, they have no idea that this is what they were scripted to do. You got other brothers coming from other countries trying to be middle class, scripted to take away their God-given talent of being king and dominating, they choose a smaller path. I've made this podcast primarily for all my people who come up from nothing, who've been deciding that these motherfuckers over in Carson, or for me it was Carson, right? Baldwin Hills, wherever they happen to dwell in Bell, homie, that they might know better than me. They got better clothes than me. They drive Mercedes-Benz. Motherfuckers ain't did shit. This is not to call a divisiveness amongst black people, because this isn't a black issue, this is a class issue. I want you to know that they don't know. And if they were about that shit, if all these educated motherfuckers were doing this shit, it would be a whole different world for black people. This is why W.B. Du Bois and his idea of talented 10th never worked. He thought that he can get the educated people to build shit. It's the hustlers that build shit. It's the ones who are not satisfied with life that build shit. Not the motherfuckers who got new Jordans every 10 seconds because they can go to school. Not the motherfuckers who learn how to play the kazoo, to play the piano. The fuck all that shit teaches you? It teaches you how to be refined. Refined for who? Refined for who, you hoe ass motherfucker? Refined for who? You dress nice for who? You dress appropriately for work for who? To work for them. And then it makes me sound revolutionary. It ain't revolutionary. God has given me a talent to see behind the bullshit. God has also made me big enough that if a motherfucker want to do something about it, I'm going to do something about it too. Right? I ain't no little dude. I ain't 5'4" with some Napoleon complex. You understand what I'm saying? I'm over 6 feet with a God complex. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing. But I want you to know, this is why shit is fucked up when you see all these rebellions and so-called riots and all this shit. Because you're wondering, what is all this marching going to do? Because the middle class motherfucker said it. What is all this registering everybody to vote for a devil for when we know they ain't going to help us? That's the middle class shit. What is all this, you know what, you just need to go to school, knowing that ain't it? What is this all about, coming to the hood giving young black boys tying ties and shit? What is that about? Where does that come from? You think I'm in Compton and the reason why I'm not succeeding is because I don't know how to tie a fucking tie? This shit is retarded. But this is what they were taught. This is what they know. And when it comes to building this empire, these motherfuckers don't know. When it comes to stacking money, they don't know. When you hear the word venture capitalist from these motherfuckers, they don't know. When you hear that they need to do this and do this and do this, and they don't want to set up shop in the black neighborhood, we want to sell in the white neighborhood, they don't know. We got Koreans and Arabs and everybody coming to our black neighborhoods to take money from us. You see them up in the white neighborhoods? No. They know where the opportunity is, and that is amongst the poor. You know why Walmart is bigger than fucking Sears or Nordstrom's? Because they came to the poor neighborhood. Where do we happen to be? Why don't we capitalize on it? Because the middle class people don't even want to touch your poor ass. Help your poor ass. So what kind of business are they going to tell you to build, young black man? Where are they going to tell you to buy your house? You should buy it in the new neighborhoods out in the suburb. When you know that the houses in the city automatically have better value, it's closer to work, and sooner or later the white people run out and then they return, and you already here. This is why the Rise and Grind sounds so different from the rest of these fake fuck-ass motherfuckers out here on TV. This is why I don't say no names. You know how mad I am at these motherfuckers for saying half the shit that I know ain't gonna work, and these bitch-ass motherfuckers know ain't gonna work? Right? Always giving you inspiration. Motherfuckers can't even tell you how they make money. A poor man does not have a problem with inspiration. Jesus is on every motherfucking corner. A poor man has a problem with understanding how to get himself out of that situation and making money, because that's what's going to help his mother and his father and his sister and his brother. And who's coming back to tell you that? Not the middle class. Next time, partner.
Am I wearing the right trainers today?